They ruled the land with quiet power, their tusks carving the earth, shaping rivers, uprooting trees. They watched, they listened. Every sound was a lesson, every movement a warning.
The cradle of humanity was not always kind. Here, only the resilient could endure the sun's relentless grip. Life here offered no mercy. Only those who learned endured. Perhaps strength could come not from the body, but from the things the world provided. Two species, worlds apart in size, but both shaping the land that would one day become our cradle.
The first humans lived in a world of balance, beauty and brutality side by side.
Berries and roots, the first harvest. The gift of the land secured their legacy.
The giants fed on the same roots our ancestors sought. Their tusks tore into earth bite, revealing both food and danger. To survive, they became watchers, guides, reading every twitch of the tail, every rustle in the reeds.
The plains were crowded. Every creature fought for space. Every drink was a risk. When the sun vanished, so did safety. Darkness belonged to others.
Terrified by the thunder and lightning, they huddled close. It was in these moments of vulnerability
they began to understand patterns, when to move, when to hide, when to act. The plains were quiet. Giants moved like living mountains, slow, unchallenged.
In this ancient world, survival was a daily battle. For the massive elephant, the rising waters, and in one moment, a creature that shaped the land lay still. The earth trembled, and silence followed. They had seen giants before, but never like this. Curiosity pushed them forward, step by careful step.
The sound was sharp, a note of realization. They had found something that could strike, break, defend. Death attracts life, and fear sharpened their wits. In that heartbeat, they understood. Power could be held, not in claws, but in hands. The ivory was no longer a relic of death. It was a beginning. The moment when the human mind first asked, giant had fallen, but its legacy remained. Ivory, hard, smooth, unyielding. In one sound, a crack in the still air poot, thought became action. Accident became experiment. What one learned, all remembered. Knowledge was no longer chance, it was shared. They began to imitate, and in imitation, to invent. In the crucible of the Rift Valley, our ancestors faced a stark choice.
In their hands, the world transformed. Ivory became edge, branch became lever, mind became maker.
Gathered together, sharing the bounty of the plains. This communal meal marked a crucial step. Each hand taught the next. Learning became legacy.
They did not yet know it, but they had taken the first step on the long road to mastery. The day of discovery had ended, but something new remained. They had learned, and now they would begin to teach. Knowledge traveled not through speech, but through sight and imitation. One action could echo through generations.
In the golden hour, the earliest lessons are taught. The mastery of the tool, the first step. In their circle, a new kind of strength was born. Not of muscle, but of memory.
In helping each other, they discovered the oldest tool of all, connection.
They had found safety not in hiding, but in each other.
This was the beginning of community, the first spark of what would one day become humanity. In teaching, they learned themselves. In sharing, they became something greater than survival.
The land was peaceful, too peaceful. Nature never stays silent for long.
They had seen storms before, but none like this. The sky itself seemed alive. They ran not from fear alone, but from instinct. The same instinct that kept their kind alive. They had no words for it, but they understood. The sky could strike, the earth could roar, and life could vanish in a heartbeat.
When the storm passed, the world was new again, broken, but reborn. From the storm's destruction came gifts, hidden tools waiting beneath the chaos.
They began to see nature not as an enemy, but as a teacher. The storm had passed. The world smelled of earth and rain. But something else had changed, the way they saw it. For the first time, choice entered their world, not just chance. They began to see differences. Failure taught them faster than success. Every broken branch whispered what not to do. This was more than survival. This was purpose, the first glimmer of intent. They walked taller. Every object carried meaning. The powerless had found power.
They were learning not only how to act, but how to think before acting. With choice came leadership, and with leadership, the first spark of civilization. Seasons passed, storms came and whelped. Generations walked the same soil.
The tools they wielded, fragments of giants, became the foundation of their future. Through imitation, knowledge was passed down.
What began as discovery had become inheritance, the passing of thought from one mind to another.
They no longer relied on chance. They shaped the objects they used fame, and in shaping them, they shaped themselves.
They walked as one, a family forged by survival and by shared purpose.
The ivory that once belonged to giants now carried the legacy of the small. They could not name it, but they felt it, have heard, the sense that their actions mattered beyond the moment. The first spark had become a flame. Their small acts would light the path for all who followed. Each movement held purpose now. Each decision echoed the past. What began with one discovery became a chain of progress. Survival had evolved into imagination. Ivory no longer just a weapon. It became a message, a memory, a masterpiece. To the beasts, tusks were strength. To humans, ivory became knowledge, a legacy etched in time. The ingenuity of the past revealed in the present.